So here's something a little bit different for today. Why don't we open up this here box of Fleer Brilliance Superman cards? I saw these cards on the shelf at my EB Games, and I was like, well, far be it from me to turn away from a brand new box of Superman cards. And let's face it, these look like they're going to be sick. So I cannot wait to dig into this box. I paid $74.99 for it. Wowzers, that's a lot of money for a box of cards. This box has 5 cards per pack and 14 packs in the box. Discover the world of Metropolis. Let's do that together by opening this up. I wish that this box opened up the way that old school card boxes did. You know how old school card boxes used to flip open? Yeah, this doesn't really do that. It's just like, look at that. They could have filled that so much more. What are they doing? All right, so I'm just going to dump them all out. Is that it? That really is it. There's no more packs in this box. Here's what the front of each pack looks like. Each one showcases John Henry Iron Steel. May contain time-sensitive redemptions. And here is the sum total of all the packs that we got in the box. Okay, so let's start opening them. Okay, so first pack, Lori Lamaris. And there's the back of the card. Okay, so they have little tiny bios on the back. We have the Guardian. I love Guardian. That is fantastic. Yep, whenever Superman contacts Guardian for help, bringing criminals to justice becomes more than just Guardian's duty, it's his pleasure. Nice. We got Clark Kent. How you doing there, Clarky Poo? Another shiny card. And then we have classic cover Superman 154. That is indeedy doodly a classic cover. Neat. But it's the same. Oh, it's not the same on both sides. That was the back of the card. So that's the front of the card. I guess every card, I think, is shiny because they're called Fleer Brilliance. So each card is probably brilliant. We have Lightning Lad. And I'm going to start showing you the back of the card. And if you want to, you can pause to read the back of the card. Okay, empty packs here, full packs here. And the cards that we've opened, I'll put over here. All right, next. We have Ursa. Very cool. And we have Jimmy Olsen. Nice. And then we have classic covers. Oh yes, Superman issue 75. How could you forget that classic cover? Death of Superman. Nice. Parasite. This card's a little bit different. It's like regular around the outside and then like disco ball sparkly on the inside. And then we've got the bio for you, of course. You can pause to read that. And then Manchester Black. Manchester Black, for those of you who may not know, actually did some time with Superman, working alongside Superman. It was an interesting story. Not one that I saw coming, that's for sure. Okay, next pack. Lord Zod. So that's Ursa and Zod's son. He's a little bugger, that kid. Bio on the back for pausing to read, if one would like. I'm just going to move my lights just a little bit. There, move that one there, move that one there. King Shark. There you go, there's the bio. Ooh, classic covers, Superman Annual number 11, 1985, For the Man Who Has Everything. What a fantastic story this is. I really loved For the Man Who Has Everything. One of my favorite Superman stories ever. Then we have Highfather. Nice. I really hope McFarlane makes a Highfather figure because we need it. Oh yeah, bio. There you go. And then we have Maxwell Lord. And here's his bio. Next package. And inside said package, we shall find Laura and Jor-El. Neat. Never seen that artwork before. But anyway, that's Clark's parents. I want to call him Cal when I'm referring to his biological parents, and Clark when I'm referring to Mom and Pa Kent. And then we have Mr. Miracle. Nice. I love Mr. Miracle. There's a bio on the back. These cards are thicker than your average trading cards. Like when I was growing up, trading cards were a little bit thinner than this. These cards are actually thicker. Classic covers, so this is the classic wedding issue. The wedding album, it's fantastic. I actually don't have this. I used to, I think. Or maybe I found it in a box and passed it up. This came out when I wasn't able to collect comic books. Then we have Superman Blue. Nice, this is cool. Pause to read that if you'd like to. And then we have Jimmy Olsen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, you're thinking the same thing I am, aren't you? You're thinking the same thing I am. Yep. First double. First double. Okay, well, I'm going to put this double over here. Doubles go here, and regular cards go here. And next package. What do we have in this one? Oh, I've opened it backwards and seen it again. Well, we know we got Superboy here. Fantastic. I love this guy's artwork, too. Fantastic. Superboy. Buyout. Pause to read if you'd like to read. In current continuity, Superman actually was Superboy as a lad. That's current continuity. Steppenwolf. Nice. I really dig in this set. I really think it's cool. Steel, but this is actually not Steel. Yeah, Natasha Irons. She exists right now alongside John Henry. Granny Goodness, why don't you come here and see your granny? I love Granny Goodness. We need a Granny Goodness action figure, without a doubt. And then we have, the Superman Revenge Squad, Cyborg Superman, Superman number 78, 1993, penciler Dan Jurgens, Fleer Brilliance. Oh, wow. I wonder if this is a special card. I have no idea what a special card is. I do know that this looks different than anything that I've opened yet. It does, doesn't it? Right? I don't know. Or it might not be. It might just, no, because the back looks different. Okay, I'm going to put this card because it's different. I'm going to put it kind of off to the side and then open up the next package. And I'm going to try to open these up in such a way that doesn't spoil it for me. So I'll open up that way. Brainiac. Yes. That's a nice card. Love me some Brainiac. And then we got Rogol-Zar, a very powerful throwaway character that they haven't really used since they first used him. And I can see why. I mean, he's not a terrible character, but it's like, in the same token, you're like, why did you need to invent Rogol-Zar for this? I don't know. That was Bendis for you. And then we got Supergirl. Now, this is actually not how she currently looks. This is an older version of Supergirl. Still a very classic, one of my favorite versions of Supergirl, actually, of Kara. And we have another classic covers. This is the, what is it? Whatever Happened to Truth, Justice, and the American Way? Or I don't remember which story this was. I should. I absolutely should, but I can't remember. Anyway, I do recognize the cover very much. So that's that cover. And then we have Perry White. Classic looking version of the character. Green vest. Odd they chose a green vest for him. Usually they give him a brown vest. And there is your bio for the editor-in-chief. Next package. And what do we have in this package? Helgermite. Who the heck is Helgermite? I don't know who this is. I've encountered a character I have no idea. Named for the larva of the Dobbins fly, Helgermite is a dark, deadly bug that lives under rocks with a bite like a timber wolf. The Helgermite is nothing short of pure evil. 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 Maxima, the one who wanted to be the bride of Superman, figuring that Superman was worthy. Nice that it's good to see Maxima again. And then we have, of course, the classic cover of Action Comics issue number 1, June 1938 issue. Beautiful card. We have Superboy, and this is currently how Connor Kent looks. So this is a current look at Superboy. Not bad. There's the bio on the back. There we go. And then we have Superman. And this is the mulleted version of Superman, drawn by Grummett. Tom Grummett. Risen from the grave, Doomsday sent him to. Superman returns to his beloved metropolis with a vengeance. And a mullet? Yeah, that's what it says. And a mullet. Next package. And in this package, we shall find. Only the finest Fleer Brilliance Superman cards. Ooh, that was different. Like characters like Lobo. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm loving the fact I got a Lobo in this pack. And there is the bio for Master Lobo. And then we have another Superman. This is a classic Superman. Super, super classic. I like how on this card, they could have colored it in such a way that all the colors lined up, but they don't. I think that's on purpose to simulate like an old school comic book. Nice. Then we have Bruno Mannheim. Ooh, he's a bad dude, that Bruno. Here we got the bio on the back for him. We have a classic cover. Ooh, Superman 204, issue 1 of the story arc that Jim Lee illustrated, Superman for Tomorrow. Beautiful. And then we have Jay Nakamura. This, in current continuity, is John Kent's boyfriend, and he also has powers, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe he doesn't. I can't remember. But yeah, John Nakamura. That's Jonathan Kent's main love interest. And in this package, here we shall find Mongol. Mongol. What a fantastic character. I love me some Mongol. Mongol strives to right the galaxy's wrongs, like neutralizing Superman and seizing the kingdoms he has been denied. History will be made this day. And the Mongol that I grew up with is dead. He's called the Mongol who was. This is the new Mongol, if I'm not mistaken, the Mongol who is. Right. Then we have Superman. Only this one is actually the John Kent version of Superman. So, yeah, John Kent. He doesn't currently look like this anymore either. He looks slightly different, but John Kent nonetheless, the son of Superman. Ooh, we have another one. The Superman Revenge Squad, RS-14, Toyman. Toyman, look out. They don't use him enough. I really wish they used Toyman more. So yeah, this seems to be like a rare thing. Then we have Steppenwolf. Uh-oh, already got a Steppenwolf. And Lana Lang, Superwoman. Nice. And I believe she's Superwoman again. There was a time when she wasn't, and now she is again. Hanging out with John Henry Irons, doing the superheroing thing. Okay, so now we are down to the final 5 packages. Who will we find? What will we find? Will we find a super special rare card? Or will we just get cards that are your basics and Superman Revenge Squad cards? I really have no idea what I'm looking for. Like, I'm going to have to go online after, and I'm really going to have to look. May contain time-sensitive redemptions. Like, what is that? What does that mean? I am so confused. I have no idea. Anyway, okay, let's open up this pack. I can't get my thumb under it. There. Open up this pack, and what we find, the Ultra Humanite. Oh, that's an old picture. That's a classic picture of the Ultra Humanite. And there's the bio on back there. Ultra Humanite couldn't find a suitable body until he mutated an ape to contain his far superior brain. Perhaps this would be the body he would finally defeat Superman in. Then we have Superboy Prime. Love this character. It is sad that the classic Superboy from a long time ago who lived in Smallville and was the only superhero on his Earth turned into this, but he does make a great villain. And there is that bio on the back if you would choose to read it. Classic covers. Superman 233, Kryptonite, Nevermore. Fan-friggin-tastic. I love these classic covers. I'm going to put them all together too. Then we have Helgermite. Well, that is a double. And we have Brainiac 5. And for those of you who don't know, Brainiac 5 is actually part of the Legion of Superheroes. All right. Next package. And in it, we shall find Desaad. Oh, Desaad. Ever the sniveling servant. Ever the really, really weird, dark, torturous torturer of Darkseid. And then we have Marilyn Moonlight. As far as I know, a relatively new character floating around in Metropolis doing her thing. She's actually a pretty good character, but I don't know enough about her yet to say she's a great character. Here is her bio, though, for those of you who actually want to learn about Marilyn Moonlight. Line that there, and then move on to the next card. Classic covers, Superman issue number 1, summer 1939. Very classic. For those of you that watch my channel, you know I've taken a few of my thumbnails and I've turned them into this kind of thing before. Or my Instagram too. So classic covers, Superman 39, number 1939. Metallo, we don't have him yet. Very, very cool. There's the bio on the back. And Doomsday. This is a different, weird version of Doomsday. He's got these spikes on his shoulders, and he's not typically depicted as having those on his shoulders. So there we have that. We are down to the last 3 packs. And in this pack, we shall find together Bibbo Bobowski. Why do we not have a Bibbo Bobowski action figure? He is absolutely needed. He is a great character, and I wish we had more Bibbo in our lives. Here is, if you're looking for it, the bio on the back of Bibbo's card, and then we have Cyborg Superman. Now this, I really like the classic version better, but I do like this look for Cyborg Superman. This is his rebirth look. This is not the version where he was Kara's daddy. This is the Hank Henshaw version, so not bad. And then we have another Superman Revenge Squad card, the Atomic Skull. The Atomic Skull, and he will go with the other Revenge Squad cards. Bloodsport, very cool. I like this version of the character. There you go. There is his bio. Toyman! And this is a different version of Toyman than we've previously seen. Very cool. I love me some Toyman. And Bibbo's here, but that's because we've already looked at him in this hand. So, 2. We're down to 2. This is it. This is it. What will we find? What will we find together in the last 2 packs? Will we find something that is really hard to get? Will we find something really cool? Will we find a really good modern Superman card? We have Kelex. Everyone loves Kelex. If you know who Superman is and you like Superman, everyone likes Kelex. And then we have the Eradicator, current version of the Eradicator. And there's the bio on the back. And then we have classic covers. Superman number 15, March and April of 1942. Cool. Powered by the Sun, Supergirl. Oh, this one's definitely a special card. Oh, and it's got texture. Did we just stumble on a special card? Powered by the Sun, Supergirl, PS3, Supergirl, Rebirth, 1st October 2016. Black Fleer, Brilliant Superman. I think we just found a special card out of all the cards. So I'm going to put that one over here. And then we have Brainiac 13. Oh, this is the Brainiac that I call Bicycle Shorts Brainiac, because he looks like he's wearing bicycle shorts. And there we have the bio on the back. And this is the last pack. The last pack. And I feel like we can't be lucky enough to get something rare, because this is so far the rarest thing we found. I feel like the chances of us getting something else really rare in this pack are probably very, very slim. I feel like these will be all generics. Yeah, Mom, Pa Kent. Hey guys, how you doing? You guys taught Superman how to be a good person. And then we have Parasite. Did we already open a Parasite? I feel like we did open a Parasite earlier. Let's just quickly nip through the cards. We did, but they're different. Why are they different? I don't understand why they're not the same. What does that mean? I guess I have to do more homework on them, because I really honestly don't know. We have Val Zod, a Superman from another Earth, from Earth 2. Very cool. And we have General Zod. General Zod is part of the Superman Revenge Squad. So we got the General, We got Cyborg Superman, we got Atomic Skull, and we got Toyman, all as part of the Superman Revenge Squad. And Parademons. We got Parademons. And there is the little bio on the back. Okay, I disappeared for a while. I wanted to read up on these cards, and now I'm back. And it turns out I only actually got one double, and that's Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen is the only actual double that I got. So, and right now you're saying, well, how did you only get one Jimmy Olsen double, but you had other cards that were doubles? Well, it's because, remember Disco Ball Parasite? Well, he is actually a blue X-ray card. And then we have Superman Blue here, and he is what's known as a green Kryptonite card. And then we have these two cards here in red, Helgermite and Steppenwolf. And they are both red Heat Vision cards. You can see down there. And these cards are all numbered. You can see the little number there. Does that make them more rare? I suppose so. I mean, this Superman card is 423 out of 499. So he's not a particularly low number, but it is kind of neat to know that I've got some numbered cards in here. So that's these. These ones are obviously special. The Superman Revenge Squad card, you're supposed to try to collect all of those. And then we have the classic covers. I've got mine all ordered in, numbered fashion. Classic covers here. You're supposed to try to collect all the classic covers. It is becoming very much apparent to me that this will take many boxes, of which I'm not sure I can afford. Here we have just the regular cards. So these are the Brilliance. Regular card, you can see where the serial number would go, but this is a completely different card. So these are just your basic Brilliance. You can see when I shine the lights on them, they're all different colors. They're pretty neat. So that's your base set, and that's the base amount of cards that I got for it. And then there are these cards right here. They're not numbered, so they're not serial numbered, but they are purple Fleer Brilliance. You can see that right there. And that makes these ones kind of different. And you'll note that all these have a slight, if I get it in the right light, a slight purpley tinge to their Brilliance. You can see it there on the left, perhaps. So I got a stack of these here, purple ones. And then the rarest card in the box is the Powered by the Sun. These are people that share Superman's powers, only this one's super rare because it's a Supergirl and it's black. It's the black card. And you're really supposed to keep your eyes out for those. So this would be the rarest, best card that I got in the package. And yeah, that's it. That is everything that I opened. You've seen all the cards. What do I think about these Fleer Brilliance? Honestly, if you're a card collector like myself, I collect superhero cards. These are going to be something you might want to get your hands on. However, they are expensive. 5 cards per pack only is a whole lot less cards than we used to get when I was a kid. And on top of that, I mean, you saw I had to pay that much money to get 14 packs, and they could have fit more in there. I remember back in the day, you would get like 36 packs of cards in a box, and they could have fit 36 packs in here easily, but instead they went with 14 and a bunch of stuff that props the box up to make it look full. So I don't know, these cards might not be for you. For me, they were good. I may get one more box and that's it. I don't want to get completely addicted to buying these cards because the amount of money you have to pay for them, I could buy like 3 figures for that money. Or 2 and have them shipped. That was my phone. Anyway, I guess it's time to go. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all with the next one. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.